in, I want to say like 2021. He had been dating her since 2014. Didn't seem to talk about the wedding. In fact, she's been pretty much scrubbed from the internet ahead of this story coming out. The soup du jour, I think I already used that once today. My bad. I got to come up with a better term. It's been a long week. But the story of the day is the Wall Street Journal bombshell about Dario Amadeus White. So before I get into this fucking lady, oh my God, there's so much material here. There is so much going on with her timeline. When you look on jmail.world, which many of you out there already know this, but that is where there is a basic Gmail setup that is taking all of the government release files and making it as if you are logging into Jeffrey Epstein's Gmail. I will say on the chain, on the email chain, the main chain between Dario Amadeus' wife, Cammy Clark, and Jeffrey Epstein back in March 2011, some of the times are a little weird and like don't make sense, meaning there's an email that looks like it got responded to that went out at 6:04 p.m., but then the response says 5:23 p.m. on the same day, which would mean that one came before. But the Wall Street Journal, I'm going to take their reporting on it. When they had it on their article, as far as I could tell, the timing lined up with like they had it in the specific order and were reporting it as being in that order, which would make sense. But in today's episode of You Can't Possibly Make This Shit Up, but oh, that's right. Yes, you can, because it's real. Cammy Clark, let me just walk you through her life a little bit. She's born in Reno, Nevada. Never been, heard it's a nice place, right? Joey Deef doesn't seem too sold on that one.
No, it's a great spot.
Great spot. Okay.
Nevada rocks, dude.
So anyway, born in Reno, Nevada. When she's 20, marries a 64-year-old casino guy.
As you do in the state of Nevada.
As you do in the state of Nevada. Maybe it was for love. Maybe it wasn't. They were divorced 3 years later. Do with that what you will.
Oh.
Ends up doing something. I don't even remember what it was. It's in this Wall Street Journal article. I'm just going off the noggin right here. To where she has to declare bankruptcy in 2009. Which, you know, that's not great. But it's very Nevada.
08, though. Hey, I get it.
It's after 08.
It's
also a very Nevada thing to do.
I get it.
You get a casino, you go a little bust, you get a little bankruptcy, you come back.
Yep.
And Cammy, I guess, always was relying on her youthful looks and ability to get men to like her that could then help her rise into the world. Because when I look at her backstory here, the way that she talks with people, the way that she sells the things she's working on, and the circles that she gets herself into, this is one of the most prototypical, if you're looking at it 30,000 feet in the air, one of the most prototypical charlatans you'll ever see. Someone who just wants to get involved and be around money and power and then feel like they can inject their voice into those things to feel important and hopefully share in said money and power. So let's go to the article now.
Let's do it.
Deep. So Dario Amadeus quietly married this woman in, I want to say like 2021. He had been dating her since 2014. Didn't seem to talk about the wedding. In fact, she's been pretty much scrubbed from the internet ahead of this story coming out. When you would Google Dario Amadeus' wife, it would show actually a picture of him and his sister who works at the company with him. And on Wikipedia, I don't know if it's changed now today with this story, but his personal life would say he married in 2022, but not, or 2021, whatever it was, but not list her name or any details about her. Yet they had been dating for so long. And whenever, even though she doesn't have an official job at Anthropic, whenever he went around the world and was going to places, or whenever he went to give a big speech and stuff like that, she was always at his side. She was always viewed as a key advisor to him and someone who was like whispering in his ear and telling him what to do. And yeah, this story is going to end up at the World Economic Forum years ago. It's going to end up with fucking Eric Schmidt, the old CEO of Google. It's going to end up with Jeffrey Epstein. It's juicy. It's loaded. Like, who wrote this for Wall Street Journal?
This is
Keith Hagley and Luke Gerard Kummer.
Yeah.
Unfortunate name.
That's a Hagee and Kummer piece.
Okay. All right. Pause. But I'm sure when they came across this one, their eyes got really big because they're like, there's no way this is real. But again, yes, it's real. So let's go down.
Let's do it.
Let's start reading. So I already said that. So when he went to go visit with Modi, the Prime Minister of India, he was allowed to bring one guest and one person to sit in the meetings with him at this summit, and he brought his wife. So she acts as a sounding board, strategic advisor for Amadeus, according to people close to the company. She has also brought Anthropic a key early investor, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, whom she had dated.
Damn, son.
So she brought her ex to be the investor daddy of her.
She's cold-blooded.
Yeah, cold-blooded. Anyway, so the pair married in 2022. I mentioned that it was all quiet and they didn't have anything. And Anthropic's AI chatbot Claude responds to queries by saying Dario Amadeus' marital status doesn't seem to be clearly confirmed. They're like, get off my lawn, yo.
Damn.
Don't sit here. All right, so as Anthropic hurdles towards an IPO that could top $2 trillion, Clark is one of the most influential voices shaping the decision of a CEO. There's never been a situation where the CEO of a major company has a wife who has no real actual knowledge of the product at hand and no official job at the company, but who is the key advisor. There's never been a situation where that goes wrong.
No, yeah,
Not
for
once.
sure.
Not once. Especially when she's
Especially
cucking
when the
you.
ex-hubby put the money down, too.
That's right. When she's cucking you with her ex in the company, can't possibly go wrong. So she made connections with powerful people, including Schmidt, whom she brought into Amadeus' orbit. The billionaire left roles at Google and Parent Alphabet in 2020 and transitioned into investing into tech startups, yada, yada, yada. Go down. This is all the mythos stuff. So Clark, born in Reno, Nevada in 1979, was an entrepreneur and often interacted with the rich and powerful, as well as up-and-comers in Silicon Valley. The most important would turn out to be Amadeus, whom she started dating in 2014, just previously beginning in 2011 and lasting for 3 years. She was in a relationship with Schmidt, who was an executive chairman of Google, and then I guess she probably aged out. I don't know. Anyway, pure spec. When they got together, Amadeus was still an academic working as a postdoctoral scholar at Stanford University School of Medicine, having earned a PhD in computational neuroscience from Princeton. He would go on stints at Baidu and Google before joining OpenAI in 2016. So we'll go down all past this. She introduced people at OpenAI to other people as well. Go up a little bit there, Deef. So when he left OpenAI, Dario, back in 2020, he and his sister and 5 other employees then founded Anthropic. Anthropic in May 21 announced that it had raised $124 million for its Series A. So 5 months later, they get $124 million.
Not bad.
How do we get that?
Yeah, well, hey.
Man, 5 months? 5 months. What are we doing wrong? Anyway, led by Skype engineer John Tallon and including Facebook co-founder Dustin Moskowitz, Jane Street founder James McClave, and the Center for Emerging Risk Research, as well as Schmidt. That was a part of that 124. Clark, who wasn't yet married, wanted equity in the new company. She like, honey, I need my piece. That's a part of the prenup.
I need that.
According to documents reviewed by the Journal. In February 21, Clark pitched Schmidt on creating a new venture fund called the Mother of AGI Fund. Its goal was to be an elegant solution to formalize Cammy's involvement in Anthropic and manage Eric's investment and invest in the AGI ecosystem, according to a 40-page proposal. Others at Anthropic, including Dario's own sister, drama in the household, didn't support the plan, according to people familiar with the matter, and it didn't move forward. By the end of the year, associates said they recall seeing what looked like an engagement ring on Clark's hand, and not long afterwards, the couple wed in Italy. That's what she did. That's a classic move, Joey Deef. She tried to muscle into the company, get him on his back feet, have his sister, all his co-founders against it and shit, and be like, oh my God, he's a nerd. He outkicked his coverage here. He's like, oh my God, no, you can't have equity. And she goes, you know what, honey? You're right. I shouldn't have equity, but what we should do is we should get married. You should marry me.
She's like, if you don't marry me, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know what's happening. It's either equity or marriage. You can't not have one.
Oh, no, that's not the... She's like, if you don't marry me, there's not gonna be a wedding to celebrate. There's gonna be a celebration of life instead. Pure spec. Maybe we'll edit that out. I don't know. Pure spec.
All right, so Anthropic drew the ire of the Trump administration earlier this year after Amadeus refused to drop restrictions on how Claude could be used by the Pentagon. The government labeled Anthropic a supply chain risk, and Pentagon partners were effectively banned from using its technology in their work with the defense. Let's go down. Joey Deef with their Defense Department, a designation the company has challenged in court. And actually, as a side note, I don't know if there's like a lot more there and it's all a facade or whatever, but I did like that. I appreciated not giving all the way in to just fucking handing over these tools that we don't even know how to control yet at the behest of any government, regardless of who's in charge of it. But maybe there's more there. The administration added restrictions on additional AI models in June that were later dropped. The standoff brought unwelcome attention to the company ahead of its IPO. This is where it gets interesting. Clark has recently told people involved in politics that the company sees its mission as protecting America and isn't as, quote, woke as its detractors might think it is, according to people familiar with the matter. And in a case of all these people know each other and all these people just find a way to get in the circle and fuck. At the Sun Valley Conference in July, where she spent much of the week by her husband's side, she had lunch with Ivanka Trump, a friend, and chatted with Jared Kushner, whom Amadeus had approached earlier in the year to invest. People familiar with the matter said. How many times do we got to give an optics class here?
I don't even know if we should say it anymore.
I don't even
It might
like.
just get boring if we keep saying it.
It's just from a PR perspective.
Yeah,
They just never figure it out.
never stops.
Thank you guys for watching the episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button on the video. They're both a huge, huge help. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below.